Good morning and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I can't Sith. No, that was part of the plan.
Yeah, now you're scaring me. You took it off.
Anyway, this show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find interesting enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application. Today in history, what happened today in history?
Historical calendar.
And
It's on his website, honestday.com.
yep. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Darth Eozander. And I'm joined by...
Don Sohin.
And?
Golden Loon.
Yep. Today is Monday, Moon's Day, October 24th, 2022. Let's jump into the history, shall we? Ooh, here we go.
I got it.
All right.
In 79, about Arceus burying the cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, Olympus, and Stabai. And killing Dawson's new research in 2018 suggests that the eruption occurred about this date, not the previous used August 24th.
Ah. So that's really cool how they figure these things out, you know? Like all these radiocarbon dating and like there's like a million and one like avenues they go to for like, precise, or as close to precise as you can. You know? Like anyway, 1492 is kind of ugly.
Yeah, 1492, 24 Jews are burned at the stake in Mecklenburg, Germany.
Oh, those Germans. They can't seem to not but hate on the Jews. You know the story of Hansel and Gretel, right?
Of course.
Like, the witch was actually characterized as a Jew. She had the big old long hook nose and I don't know the exact specifics, but what do they do to the witch at the end?
Burn her.
Throw her in the oven.
Yeah.
Well, those Germans, I don't know what their problem is, but
what year was Hansel and Gretel?
When was Hansel and Gretel written? 1812.
Okay, well there goes the analogy of the ovens.
Well, no, they did put her in the oven.
No, but the analogy of the ovens for the Jews.
Yeah, but she was characterized as a Jew in the story. Like, she had the caricatures.
I got that,
such.
but the oven is
And
irrelevant.
they did have ovens back then. I think.
All right. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with a bunch of brightness in the background. So, yeah. No, when it gets windy, you can see my fan right there. So I just blew my fan right off the sill.
I got one.
All right.
I got one more. In 1601, Johannes Kepler succeeds Tycho Brahe as imperial mathematician to the Emperor Rudolph II.
Thank you. You might want to just close the window, though.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just gonna
okay.
blow again. So.
Go for it.
Yep. Moving on up into 1812, during the Napoleonic Wars, the Battle of Malo-Yaroslavets took place near Moscow. It's going again. French army was then forced to retreat through the snow towards Smolensk or whatever. So, the number one defense of Russia is season. So, winter.
Yeah.
We got a music concert in 1818. In the year 1818, Felix Mendelssohn, at the age of 9, performed his first public concert in Berlin.
Age of 9?
Yeah, that's cool. One of these prodigies.
Yeah.
So. And then, what is this? 1836, earliest U.S. patent or American patent for a phosphorus friction match by Alonzo Dwight Phillips of Springfield, Massachusetts. So the match.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Hell yeah.
is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Match that.
Also,
Yeah. I see the first 1861 is interesting.
It is. First, 1851, William Lassell discovers aerial and umbral satellites of Uranus.
Where are you reading that from? Oh,
Oh, right
18,
there.
51.
1851.
Uh, I said 61, but that's cool too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Saw you bend over and you found Uranus in the satellites of Uranus.
And I usually just call those dingleberries. You know. But
Eight. Oh yeah, the first one. Yeah, 1861. The first transcontinental telegram is sent from San Francisco to Washington D.C.
yeah, the first U.S. transcontinental, which might be
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first of all, because
Could be.
I mean, like all the other continents are comprised of multiple countries. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't
Oh
work well
God,
together.
Yeah.
They don't even
this
do
is
that
not.
today.
This ain't good. 1971. Mob in Los Angeles, California hangs 18 Chinese.
Yep.
Dude.
1971, 1871.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
both said
1871.
1971. Yeah, no, that's awful.
Wonder what they got hung for.
Uh,
18 of them though.
yeah.
Jeez.
You know what? Let me look that up actually. Um,
Oh, a mob did that.
Yeah, a mob.
Okay. Okay.
it
That's
says
okay.
the bodies of
That's
17.
even worse.
Yeah, the bodies of 17 Chinese men and boys lied in the Los Angeles jail yard on October 24th, 1871. The results of the Chinese massacre. The next morning, 17 bodies were laid out in the jail yard, grim evidence of the horrific events of the previous night. So, the Chinese massacre of 1871. I'm going to add this into the underbar here.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it explains why this happened. Some here. Let's see if I can find. Well, I guess tensions. Yeah, there's a feud between two rival mutual benefit associations, or Hignan. So it just stemmed from the Chinese. They were kidnapping a young Chinese woman. A shootout between several Chinese men broke out in the middle of, like, I'm not going to say this word, but you can read it. Alley. The ensuing response by two police officers resulted in the wounding of one of the officers and the death of a civilian who assisted the officers, Robert Thompson. The shooters took cover in the Coronel building. So, I'm not sure if this is the same thing.
Doesn't sound like it.
Chinese
hard to
massacre
say.
of 1871. But, dang.
That
Oh well.
sounds more like an individual thing than what you're reading down below.
Yeah, well, this says 17, and this is this
Oh.
history said 18 bodies. So, anyway, I'm going to take us back another decade again, back into 1861. West Virginia seceded from Virginia.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they used to be one, and because of the mountain range,
Yeah.
right there, because of the, it was difficult, to traverse that to get to the other side. So they're just like, hey, let's just be our own entity,
Yeah.
like because their capital is on the other side of the mountains.
Yeah.
It's damn near impossible, to get to. So just split.
Didn't realize they split that.
Yep. But then moving back on up into two more decades, 1881, Levy P. Morton, U.S. Ambassador to France, drove first rivet in Statue of Liberty. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, the ambassador to
Yeah.
France, because
Yeah.
France gave
Yeah.
that to us.
Yeah, it's a gift.
But little do people know, it actually sat in a storage yard for years, and people actually forgot about it. And it wasn't until somebody was I think looking for scrap, and they just found it. They're like, "Hey, what is all this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and then they decided to build it. But we almost that almost never even came to be.
Oh,
So, yeah.
we know her.
And then moving on up into 1911, Captain Robert Falcon Scott's expedition left Cape Evans for the South Pole. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
1911. Orville Wright remaining in the air 9 minutes and 45 seconds in a glider at Kill Devil's Hills, North Carolina, setting a new world record that stood for 10 years.
Dang.
Jeez.
10
10 years?
10 years from 1911 until 1921. Now wait, that doesn't make any sense. Because World War I happened, and I'm pretty sure they remained aloft more than 9 minutes.
Well, yeah.
So, what is this record about?
Glider.
Oh, a glider. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Thanks. You solved that one real quick.
yeah.
Because that made no sense.
If only I just read,
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
like that would solve so many of my problems. Anyway,
1922, German Parliament mandates Herbert's president until July 1925.
all right. Oh, what else happened in 1922?
Also in 1922, Irish Parliament adopts a constitution for an Irish Free State.
Yep, I support a free Ireland and a free Scotland.
Yeah.
The UK really has got to, loosen their grip on Scotland, let them be their own country again. But, yep. Uno mas.
Sure, 1926, Harry Houdini's last performance at the Garrick Theater in Detroit, Michigan.
Cool. Well, not cool. That's his last performance, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because he got sucker punched yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, we were reporting
That's
on
right.
it.
That's right. Yeah.
Moving on up into 1929, Black Thursday, start of a stock market crash. Dow Jones went down by 12.8%.
Oh, the great crash in 1929.
Well, this is another panic, another market crash. So, is this the
Is
Great
that the one I'm
Crash?
thinking
Is that the Great Crash?
of? Well,
When was the start of the Great Depression? August 1929 through 1939. So it already had happened.
that's the start.
Yeah. But this is 1929 as well. So
Yeah.
this is another
It's
panic,
carrying the whole
another
time.
market
Okay.
crash.
Okay.
So there already was the crash that really went down,
Yeah.
and then we got another one.
Okay.
So, just sprinkles on
what
the
was
ice
the
cream.
percentage down? 12%?
12.8%.
Yeah. Overnight?
Uh,
Yeah, over 24 hours?
yeah.
Yeah.
Stock market crash 1929. Wall Street crash of 1929. Let's see here. Percentage. Dow Jones drop percentage. Nearly 13%. October 28th. So yeah, you're right.
Okay.
No, that's 28. This is 24th.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so that's the first one that
This was
started there and then
yeah.
followed the depression.
Well, this is not another. This is not the first one. This is another
Second
market
one, yeah.
crash. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was like another
So
one.
it's 1928.
No, 1929.
Was the first one 1928?
No, this is 29. No, they're both 29.
Oh, okay.
October 28th, 1929.
Oh, October 28th. Okay.
So in 4 days, it's going to happen. So, but like, there's already drops. There's a drop
Yeah.
today, and then 4 days from now, that's Black Monday. This is Black Thursday.
Gotcha.
So. Then moving on up, we have a coup d'etat in 1930. A bloodless coup d'etat in Brazil ousted Washington Luiz Pereira de Souza, the last president of the First Republic. Getulio Vargas was then installed as quote-unquote provisional president. So, but this guy Vargas was a dictator of Brazil. So, yep, took over bloodlessly.
Yeah.
Very much like how a shaky old man kind of did that 2 years ago to us. So. That was kind of bloodless, except for their troops with their mostly peaceful protests, So,
So you're talking about
Biden.
January 6th?
Talking about Biden,
Yeah.
he was installed, bloodless coup.
Well, that's not a bloodless coup. He was voted in, whether it was legit or not. But that's
But-
not a coup.
It's essentially a coup. I
They're
consider
claiming
it.
January 6th was a coup, which it wasn't.
Well, let's not forget what the liberals did. They literally broke into the Capitol, actually did damage, and nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think it's your turn now in 1931.
Sure. 1931, gangster Al Capone is sentenced to 11 years for tax evasion.
Yep. And I
Hey.
think he spent some time in Alcatraz.
Yeah. And another thing about him, thanks to him, we have expiration dates on milk now.
Explain.
Because some of his family were getting sick, and it was because the milk was bad.
So Al
It's hard to
Capone-
explain, man.
Al
Gotta look it
Capone-
up though.
Yeah. So Al Capone lobbied or something to put expiration date on milk.
Yeah.
Al Capone expiration milk. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a rumor here that the infamous U.S. gangster campaigned for expiry dates to be clearly printed on milk bottles, allegedly due to one of his relatives becoming ill after drinking sour milk without realizing it had turned. Another theory linked to Capone's involvement with expiration date is far less altruistic. So, wow, I had no idea. Good
No.
poll.
No.
Huh.
Where do you come up with this stuff? That's fantastic.
Where do you find these things, dude? Like,
Ahead. I got one more.
two more.
Or two more. Ooh. 1931, George Washington Bridge, Lincoln, New York City, and New Jersey dedicated, opened the next day.
Oh man, why would they allow the New Jerseyans to come over in New York City? I mean, keep the Jersey away. You know, that's a situation over there. Keep it over there. You know.
Also, 1933, Langston Hughes Mulatto premieres in New York City.
Oh, that's cool. Isn't mulatto a cookie? Like, aren't those, or are those mulattoes like the ones Mom loved?
I
Like,
don't know.
No, mulatto is a derogatory word towards mixed people.
oh,
Yeah.
but what are those cookies?
You talking about,
Mulatto? Come on.
we talking about the chocolate marshmallow?
No, not those. No, those are pinwheels. Milano, that's what I'm thinking of. Milano.
A mulatto is a derogatory word.
No, not Mulano. Milano. Milano. Milano cookies. Here, let me show you. These ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
No,
talking
not
about.
Milano, but Milano. So, yeah. But I did not know about the racial slur. I just learned another thing racist. You know? Bringing back our conversation earlier today.
Yeah.
I don't even know all of the racial terms. How can I be racist? You know? If I'm a racist, I'm a bad one. Tell you that. You know? Hmm.
Benny Goodman.
1939, Benny Goodman recorded Let's Dance. Let's Dance. Actually,
Big band.
yeah. Actually, that reminds me. George Bush dancing. This is or was it George Bush or like who's that guy who's doing that that weird dance? Hold on a second. Weird white guy dance meme. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. This is what I'm talking about. Look, every time I imagine you dancing, this is what I think of. This- Anyway, moving on up to 1939, Joe DiMaggio won American League MVP. Jimmy Fox was runner-up. All right. In 1940, funny mustache man Adolf Hitler met the head of the French state marshal Philippe Pétain. Vichy, France.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Which a lot of people don't know that, you know, like the southern part of France wasn't under German occupation. They were a puppet government. So. The next 1940, Mr. Sohan.
For 1940, Japan eliminates U.S. term strike play ball from baseball.
Really? Yeah, they eliminated those terms, strike and play ball.
Huh.
So, that's weird.
Yeah, it's probably, you dishonor your family.
Yeah. Don't say those white people words.
No, when they're playing baseball, you dishonor your family.
Yeah.
You dishonor your family. 3.
Why is there a little bit of a Shrek tone in there? You dishonor your family.
I know France, as technology expanded, a lot of
Instead of strike
words were
3,
English.
you're out.
Yeah.
And they
Instead
banned
of
all
strike
those and
3,
said, no,
you're out.
they made
He
French
has a
words for
Matanto.
it.
I have two people talking at me at the same time. Hold on a second. What were you saying?
I just saying the French banned a lot of English words when technology started developing, and they created their own French words.
Oh yeah, I remember that. What Sohan was saying was like instead of saying you're out, they say you dishonor your family.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
changing the terms. But this 1942 is confusing.
One.
The only 1942.
Oh, 1942, second day of battle at El Common Infantry.
British infantry, what? They advanced,
Oh.
they receded. What did they do? You know, like I know about the Battle of El Alamein, but like why don't they continue on the article? It just ends. Like
Yeah.
Like, British infantry, what? You know? Tell me! Anyway, uno mas.
Yeah. 1943, anti-Nazi clandestine radio Sol der Sender Alice begins transmitting.
Calais. So that's
Kelly.
the shortest shortest area between the UK and France is a Pas de Calais.
Mm.
So I guess they were broadcasting, anti-Nazi there
Yeah.
into Nazi-controlled territory.
Right.
So, moving on up into 1945, the Charter for the United Nations came into effect.
Yeah.
Yep. And as we all know, UN involved. This is great right here. Let's see if I can find it.
What?
You see this?
Yeah.
UN
Yeah.
involved in peace, uninvolved in peace.
Uninvolved?
Yeah. Do you get it?
Oh, okay.
The United
Yeah,
Nations,
yeah.
they're uninvolved in peace. They're just another branch of the U.S. military to strong arm everybody who disagrees with us. So, let's see here. Moving on up into 1946, a camera aboard a V-2 number 13 rocket was launched from White Sands, U.S., taking the first photograph of Earth from outer space.
Ooh.
Why is that not a
Yeah.
thing? First photo of Earth, 1946 V2. Ah, right here. That's right. I remember
Great,
this.
From 1946. Wow.
Yeah. From a V2 rocket.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
World War II,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
This was, Nazi technology.
Yeah. Yes, it
Uh,
was.
But yeah, the first outer space photo
Look
of
at
Earth.
that.
Look at that.
1946. Jeez.
Yep. That's gonna be that's gonna be the thumbnail picture. Why is that not highlighted? Seriously, why is that not highlighted?
I don't know.
It pisses me off whenever I see this shit. So, anyway, moving on up into 1948, Pope Pius XII publishes encyclical In Multiplicus Curis.
Okay. You destroyed that, but
yeah.
I would too.
Yep. You wouldn't even try. Let's see here. In the 10th year of his pontificate, so I guess it was this decade-long thing. So I'm going to add the link to this encyclical's Wikipedia in the underbar, the description below, if anybody would like to read that. Right there. Oops. There we go. Anyway, then what else do we have?
1951.
1951, the United Nations published its first postage stamps. That's interesting. I did not know they had their own postage stamps. But I guess that would make sense if you want to mail things internationally, Like,
They probably get a free ride. They don't have to pay the 8 cents or whatever it is.
okay, that would make sense. Ooh. And here you go, Mr. Sohan, 1954.
1954, Dwight D. Eisenhower pledges the United States to support South Vietnam.
Great. Here we go.
Yeah.
And this is the guy who warned us about the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
He was just...
Yeah. When
like,
he left office, that's a hell of a speech.
Yeah.
No one really knows about it.
Yeah, because the
Really listen
presidency is just a figurehead position. They have no actual power. They don't actually do anything. Everything is all song and dance, And he
This
was.
is a History Channel. Don't get political.
I'm not getting political. It's truth.
Okay.
It's flat out fact. So like politicians are just nothing but dancing monkeys on the camera. The real power is not presented to the eyes of the people. So, anyway. So what?
I got two more.
I believe two more. Yes.
1956, Soviet troops invade Hungary. Ermin Nagy becomes Prime Minister of Hungary.
Ah. All right. So that's interesting. He became prime minister when they invaded. That's a great.
Sounds like he was appointed,
Yeah.
by the Soviets.
Maybe.
I remember that though. I was young, but
Hmm.
I do remember him going into Hungary.
Isn't it strange that there's a nation called Hungary and somewhere around it there's a nation called Turkey?
Yeah.
It's like, just eat turkey and you'll be full. Come on. There's no reason to be hungry.
Also, 1957, The USAF starts the X-20 Dinosaur program.
Dinosaur. Oh my God, what a name! Dinosaur.
Hmm.
What is this? Um, it was a space plane that could be used for a variety of military missions, including aerial reconnaissance, bombing, rescue, satellite maintenance, and as a space interceptor to sabotage enemy satellites. Wow. Multi-stage
Yeah.
for peaceful and violent actions. Isn't that a little funny how like bombing was listed as like the second thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, aerial reconnaissance, so spying, bombing, and then let's focus. Oh, hey, while we're up there, let's rescue people, and oh, while we're up there, let's do some satellite maintenance, and oh, let's also sabotage. So it has more uses as a violent thing than an actual safeguard. So here we go. Moving on up into 1959, U.S. premiere of Dmitry Sotomak's first solo concert. So its premiere is in like the first showing.
Yeah.
So not like an ambassador premiere or anything like that. Then 1962, The Manchurian Candidate,
Oh.
directed by John Frankenheimer, starring Frank Sinatra and Lawrence Harvey, was released. I had no idea he was in a kind of movie like that.
Hmm.
The Manchurian Candidate, isn't that like a spy thing?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, it's kind of interesting, Frank Sinatra being a spy. Then again, he was a mafia member, although he wasn't like actively killing people, but he was part of the Rat Pack and in
He had
Vegas, and they
connections.
were
Let's say he had connections.
yeah, big connections. Then 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, Soviet ships approached but stopped short of the U.S. blockade of Cuba. So, yep.
Yep.
And history repeats itself. We're right back at where we were back then today, with all this Ukraine stuff. Like, I would argue we are just as bad, close to nuclear war, as we were back then, especially with, Putin is a lunatic. So,
And we're oblivious to it
yep.
as a whole, as a nation as a whole.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, how Western aggression, like the whole point of NATO was to counterbalance the USSR.
The Warsaw Pact.
Yeah, the Warsaw Pact. After all that dissolved, NATO has no reason to exist. Not only did they continue to exist, but they expanded.
Yeah.
And then started encircling, Russia. So it is obviously Western aggression. Like, I'm no Russian sympathizer. What Russia is doing in Ukraine, completely, like uncalled for. But our actions in there, just as uncalled for. Both sides are massively in the wrong for many reasons.
And the
So-
biggest problem is there's no negotiating. We just seem to stifle any kind of negotiation to send this thing. Crazy.
Yep. Well. Anyway, your turn again, Mr. Sohan.
And what year?
63.
1963. Uh, oh, KRO show first episode of Bonanza. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Mm-mm.
Bonanza.
It's a different 1960.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also 1963. Sandy Koufax is unanimous winner of CY Young Award.
Yeah, Cy Young, not CY.
What's that, Young?
His name was actually Cy Young. That's an award named after an actual person who existed, who played. Very much like the Heisman Trophy is named after him.
Koufax is my all-time favorite pitcher too. Just a special note.
All right. That's cool.
Okay. Also, 1965. Benjamin Britten's voice for today premieres.
All right. He's a composer, so like or not. That's a conductor. Composer is a writer.
Yep.
So, let's see here. Moving on up to 1968, Mick Jagger and Marianne Faithfull busted for pot, released on $50 or £50 bail. Dang, like how many people have we reported on getting busted for weed and everything?
Yeah. I think it was the Beatles. One of them got busted in Japan, which made it a really big deal.
He got busted twice. Who was that again, Sohan?
Paul McCartney?
Yeah, Paul McCartney
Yeah.
got busted, and wasn't it literally like 2 years later on the exact same dates that it happened to him again and his wife, like somewhere else? Because I remember one of these episodes we reported on that, and it was the same day, like literally just a couple years apart,
Wow.
like busted twice.
You should have noticed in this day in history twice.
Yeah. And then 1970, Marxist Salvador Allende was elected president of Chile by the Chilean Congress. Ay, ay, ay. Chile and Venezuela, and a lot of these South American countries, they just can't get out of dictatorships. I don't get it.
Well, Venezuela was at one time one of the most prosperous countries down in South America.
Yeah, and then it turned to shit. So,
Yeah.
your turn, sir.
What year?
Up to 1973.
Okay. Also got something funny to tell you too. Also, in 1973, John Lennon sues U.S. government to admit FBI is tapping his phone. They deny doing so.
Of course they do.
I wonder if it's
And here's
ever
the funny
resolved.
thing. Uh, it was John Lennon and Chuck Berry performing together, and the best thing in the world happened. They cut her mic.
Huh.
What? They cut the
Yeah,
mics?
they cut Yoko Ono's mic.
Yeah.
Man.
Good. All she does is just make a bunch of noises, dude.
But
Like,
yeah, I shared it. I think I shared it in either in memes or micless
today or like,
today.
today, in memes.
Memes
Oh
or
yeah, Chuck Berry and John Lennon reaction to the senseless something something. Yeah, I gotta watch this. Um,
dude, he cut her mic.
I'm actually gonna copy this link and post this in the underbar for anybody else who wants to watch this. This is funny. I gotta see this. Um,
I got two more.
yes, you do.
In 1974, Billy Martin named American League Manager of the Year Texas Rangers.
This guy again.
Yep.
Cool.
Also, 1976, English McLaren driver James Hunt finishes fourth in the series-ending Japanese Grand Prix at Fuji Speedway to win his first Formula One World Drivers' Championship at one point from Kalonda.
Cool. We got the New York City Marathon in 1976. U.S. Bill Rogers won his first title in 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 10 seconds. Mickey Gorman took out women's race in 2 hours, 39 minutes, 11 seconds. That's interesting. Anyway, what else do we have here? Some more music history. In 1978, Keith Richards convicted of heroin possession in Toronto. Huh.
God damn.
Damn, look at those ears, dude. Like, I don't want to make fun of him or anything, but those are some big ears. So
Could be pushing down from the hat. Who knows?
probably, but like hey, you need some good audio receptors if you're going to be a musician. So you know. Then we got more music history. 1976, Guinness Book of Records presented Paul McCartney with a rhodium disc as all-time best-selling singer-songwriter. I know what rhodium is.
Yeah. Most expensive precious metal.
Yep.
It's about it's come. It had a high, an all-time high, of about 21,000 an ounce. Now it's down about 15,000. About
Yeah.
15,000.
$1,000 an ounce. That's very expensive. You got an interesting one here in 81, Mr. Sohan.
What year?
81?
Sure. 1981, Pablo Picasso's 1937 painting Guernica goes on display at Madrid, Spain to celebrate the centenarian of the artist's birth.
Yeah, the century. So, century. So he was born in 1881, I guess. Let's see here.
I guess so.
Yes, he was. October 25th, 1881. Although that's tomorrow. But then again, there's there's actually 2 days going on at any given time because part of Earth is in tomorrow. So, right now.
True.
So, I think you have one more,
1880
right? Yeah, two more.
1882, 12th New York City Women's Marathon won by Greet Waltz in 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 14 seconds.
Cool.
One more. 1982, Steffi Graf plays her first pro tennis match.
Okay.
She's one of the all-time women greats.
All right. At least one of us knows about her.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe Sohan does. I'm not sure. Anyway, moving on up into 1988, New York Islanders and NHL high scorer Mike Bossy retired. All right. He really looks like that guy from Slapshot, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah. Then we got another historic event in 1989. U.S. televangelist Jim Bakker was sentenced to 45 years in prison for fraud, but the sentence was later reduced to 8 years on appeal. What happened to my voice? 8 years on appeal. Got a little southern in me. Like, let's see here. What else happened? I'm going to move up. Well, actually, let's do the split here, and then we'll go into Sohan's turn. Let's see here. All right, welcome to part 2, Mr. Sohan.
Okay. Also, ooh, shit. 2002, police arrest spree killers John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo, ending the Beltway sniper attacks in the area around Washington, D.C.
I
The
remember
D.C.
that.
snipers.
Yeah, the DC snipers.
Yeah.
Dang.
Weren't they shooting out of the trunk of a car or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, 2002, Taiwana Tharp's rock ballad "Moving Out," set to songs of Billy Joel, opens at the Richard Rogers Theater in New York City, runs for 1,303 performances.
That's a good amount of performances.
That's a
So,
bunch.
yeah.
I like this movie.
You do or you don't?
I love it. I gotta see it
Huh.
again.
I have not seen it, so why don't we do like an impromptu movie night this upcoming Saturday, or maybe even tonight?
Okay.
Like, we finally got you to see Animal House, so yeah,
That's a
2002.
classic.
yeah.
Oh, okay. 2002. We'll see a film Hero, directed by Zhang Yimou, starring Jet Li, released in China. U.S. release is 2004.
Jet Li, I know that name.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
2 years.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Then we got a music concert in 2003. Walt Disney Concert Hall, new home of the Los Angeles Philharmonic, designed by Frank Gehry, opened in downtown Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, that's an awesome building.
Now, did you know that originally the concert hall, it was like, polished to a fine sheen?
Yeah.
And you want to know why they stopped doing that?
Something about glare or something.
Yeah, it was actually refracting the sun's light at such a degree that it was literally melting tires off of cars, boiling paint off of the sides of walls. I think people were hospitalized. I think maybe somebody died from heat stroke
I
or
heard
something.
all that. I just remember, a glare. That's a
Yeah.
pretty healthy glare, though.
That's more than a glare. That's a
Yeah.
laser.
Yeah.
So, then 2004, German Ferrari driver Michael Schumacher finished 8th at season-ending Brazilian F1 Grand Prix at Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, his 5th straight World Drivers' Championship, record 7th career world title, Ferrari's 6th straight constructors' titles. I don't know what a constructor title. I guess because they're the constructor of the vehicle, the Ferrari gets their own medal, for producing the vehicle. So that makes sense.
So they're beating the hell out of Ford, is what they were doing.
Yeah, well, Ford is garbage. So
Well, these are race cars.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't garbage.
it's still Ford.
It's a Ford.
What's the acronym? Fix or repair daily? Yeah, yeah. Then we got a historic event here in 2017. Albert Einstein's theory of happiness, written as a note for a bellboy instead of a tip in Tokyo in 1923, sold for $1.56 million. Wow, that's one hell of a tip.
Yeah. Question is, did he sell it for that, or had he long given it away, or what?
Well,
What's this? And he throws it. I can't get cash. What? You give me that?
well, if you threw it away, then it wouldn't be around
Not throw
anymore.
it away, but give it to somebody. or
Ah,
something.
well, I wonder what his theory of happiness was.
I don't
So,
know.
Einstein. I'm just gonna. Oh, here we go. Albert Einstein wrote about his ideas of achieving happiness back in 1922. He suggested that a modest life can bring more happiness to someone than one stuck in the pursuit of success. Einstein's note of happiness was deemed incredibly valuable, selling for $1.8 million back in 2017, right here.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And then 2017 as well, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman vowed to return Saudi Arabia to moderate Islam after announcing 500 BN independent economic zone. I don't know what that is, but
Well, moderate, not moderate.
Moderate Islam after another. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
yeah. To return to Saudi Arabia to moderate Islam, so he's moderating the Islam.
Okay.
He'll probably getting tired of all the people getting beheaded, and
Or they're
executed.
slacking off too much for some of the rules of the. It could go either way.
That too. Um, huh. Well, that's interesting. Mr. Soa, do you want to take the last 2017 here?
Sure. 2017 dog doping scandal confirmed by officials of Gator Alaskan dog sled race after dogs tested positive for a banned substance.
Wow. It's one
The
thing to dope
hell?
yourself out, but to give drugs to your dog for better performances. I mean, I personally
Yo,
don't like dogs, but this is disgusting. They're animals.
kick yourself in the no beyond kick yourself in the nuts. Kick your fucking nuts so hard your fucking ancestors feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully you don't produce any more offspring, because the last thing we need is people like that reproducing. So,
Also, 2018 EU directive bans single-use plastics by 2021.
huh. Well, they wouldn't like me then. Single-use plastic. Well, I guess this isn't technically single-use. You could reuse this, but like basically, you use a bottle, you throw it away.
Yeah.
They're banning all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess it also
Well-
like derives into like recycling and such,
Yeah.
maybe. So anyway,
Fuck that. That's like a spare water bottle.
yeah,
Hey, we banned straws.
yeah. But I think they repealed that.
I think they did.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I think so too.
dude. Like,
Also-
isn't that ironic? They have the paper straws and plastic wrapping. What? Like, anyway, I'm sorry. Go on.
Also, 2018 Indian cricketer Virat Kohli becomes the 12th and the fastest ever to score 1,000 runs in one day international matches, making just 205 innings. What the fuck? This man the Flash or something?
I don't know. But,
That, that man ain't for Virat Kohli. That's fucking Barry Allen.
yeah, I have one word to say, but I know a better way to say it.
Cricket.
Yep. We got some more sports history in 2018 as well. Kenyan marathon runner Ulid Kipchoge named UN Person of the Year for setting a new marathon world record, and for his work with AIDS/HIV in Kenya. Good.
You didn't give us the time of the world record.
Let's see here.
You don't have to go to it, but they should have put that in there.
Oh yeah, I think. Hold up. I think I know this one.
Ooh,
2 hours, 1 minute, and 39 seconds.
darn close to breaking the 2-hour barrier.
Yeah. Holy
I
crap.
think I know this. I think I know this one in 2018.
The pipe bombs?
No, the largest jackpot.
Oh, 2018. I remember this. I bought a ticket. Actually, no, I
Fucking
didn't.
God.
This is somewhere else.
I think this is the one where the guy showed up in a ghost face mask.
Yeah, the largest jackpot in U.S. history at $1.6 billion. Won by one person in South Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah,
Lucky
I think
bastard.
I think this is the one where the guy showed up in a fucking ghost face mask, so no one could identify him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be identified.
Yeah, same here.
You know what would come out of the walls if you?
All of your ex-girlfriends, all of the family members who like excommunicated
Your
you, suddenly they want to be
All of a sudden you
friends.
get your ass sued.
Your future baby mamas were gonna appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 10 kids all of a sudden, all around the world.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, that would happen to me.
Hey, it's cousin Raj Neal.
Yeah, there you go. Long
Also,
time no see.
yeah, God.
Also, 2018 pipe bomb sent to prominent U.S. Democrats, including the Obamas, Clintons, John Brennan, and CNN, but diffused safely.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's too
sure.
bad.
That's
Yeah.
a lie.
Yep. You have one more here. Yeah, 2019? Or I think it's my
Okay.
turn, right?
Oh shit.
Just,
2018, Bangladesh sentences 16 men to death for the murder of Nusrat Jahan Rafi, who was set on fire after accusing a teacher of inappropriate behavior.
wow.
Jeez.
What the hell? Wait, I have to reread that. So 16 men were sentenced to death for murdering that guy. Um, and he was set on fire after accusing. Wow, what the hell? Like, that is a very inappropriate response.
Yeah.
It's like,
What's his inappropriate behavior? What brought that on?
yeah, yeah, that requires research. So anybody who's watching, if you want to tell us the semantics about this, because I'm not gonna on air research this. We have a schedule to keep. I'm gonna move on up. 2019 as well. Remains of Spanish dictator Francisco Franco removed from mausoleum in Valley of the Fallen and reburied in a private family vault in Madrid. Good. He has no, deservance to be in any form of honor. This guy was a piece of crap. So, any dictator is. And then moving on up into 2021, just last year, Michael Jordan's 1984 Nike Air ships sold for $1.472 million at Sotheby's, a new record for sneakers in auction. Almost $1.5 million for a pair of kicks.
$1.5 million.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Swear to God, some people value shoes way too much. They really got to get their priorities
Value a lot
checked.
of things way too much.
Yep. But let's see here. 2021 as well. The strongest storm to ever hit the west coast of the U.S., with California recording barometric pressure at 945.2 MB, whatever that means. And San Francisco, its wettest October day. Huh.
I don't even remember that. You think you would?
Yeah. Well, I remember a couple years.
It's not like a typhoon hitting or anything.
Yeah, no.
Still.
Yeah. But then in 2021, actually, why don't you take these last two, Mr. Sohan, and then we'll go on to bursts.
Or last two.
Yeah.
2021, Tom Brady becomes the first quarterback in the NFL history to reach 600 touchdown passes when he hits Mike Evans in first quarter of the Buccaneers 38-3 rout the Chicago Bears in Tampa Bay.
Damn, that's a drumming. 38 to
Yes.
3.
Yeah,
That's-
I gotta say, even though he's still playing, begrudgingly, I gotta give him the GOAT.
Yeah.
Also, 2022, U.S. Mint issues first U.S. currency featuring an Asian American silent film actress Anne May Wong. Coin is part of American Women's Quarters program celebrating male trailblazers.
That's cool. Anime Wong coin. Let's see here what this looks like. Huh. That's cool. And this is today. Like,
Yeah.
this is today. Like, this year. This happened today. As we speak and breathe, this coin is now out right now.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. This is actually news, not history.
Yeah.
So, anyway, before we move on to Burst and Death's audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything that you want us to elaborate a little bit further on? Anything that you know that we didn't talk about? Start a dialogue in the comments section down below the underbar. Anyway, gonna move on into bursts, and are you gonna stay with us today?
I'm gonna say adios.
All right,
Take care.
all right.
Enjoy.
You have a good one.
Have fun, so.
Starting us off in the year 51, we have Roman Emperor Domitian, served from the year 81 to 96. He was born in Rome and died in the year 96. And then doing one hell of a time jump here, moving on up to 1893. Wow. We have Marion C. Cooper, a U.S. film director and producer, King Kong, and an aviator. Coz's Cusco Squadron, director planned American Airways. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, dying in 1973. Well, that's cool. Although if he's an aviator, why is he dressed like a sea guy? He has like that turtleneck, like he's a crewmate.
Ooh, 1903, Melvin Purvis, American FBI agent that led the manhunt for outlaws Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, and John Dillinger, born in Timothyville, South Carolina.
Dang. I wonder if this guy has any relation to Kevin Hart.
Oh. Also, 1904, Hart. American playwright, You Can't Take It With You, Act 1, born in the Bronx, New York.
Hey, the Bronx. Hey, I'm New York in here. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, we have Jim Peters in 1918, an English long-distance runner who was first to complete a marathon in under 2 hours and 20 minutes, born in Hackney, London, dying in 1999. Didn't make it to the next millennium. That's unfortunate. And we have Robert Mundell, born on this day in 1932. He is a Canadian economist and Nobel laureate for 1999. Father of the Euro, born in Kingston, Ontario. Ah, so he's a globalist. I see. He has that globalist look about him too. So, ooh, your turn, sir.
Yeah. 1933.
1939.
Okay, 1939. Robert Mundo.
Oh, wait, where are you reading? Robert Mondo.
You
I
already
already
did
did that one.
Mundo.
I already did him.
Good.
You're the
19,
other guy here.
1939. F. Murray Abraham, American actor. All the President's Men and Amadeus, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Dang, I wonder what like F. Murray Abraham. It sounds like you're saying F that guy. Like F. Scott Fitzgerald. What did he do to you? Why are you saying F him? Like, no, that's his front initial. Oh,
Oh,
this next guy, 1947.
1947. Calvin Klein. Oh, Kevin Klein, American actor. Sophie's Choice, Big Chili. No, the Big Chill, born in St. Louis, Missouri.
Ah, all right. Then we have Malcolm Turnbull, 1954, a Australian politician, prime minister from 2015 through 18, born in Sydney, Australia. All right. And then we have, am I going to get anybody? Here we go. Wayne Rooney, 1985, an English soccer midfielder, England 119 caps, Man U, Everton, I guess that's a university, born in Liverpool, England. All right. Ooh, this guy, 1986.
Oh my God, 1986. Aubrey Drake Graham, Canadian actor and rapper. Hotline Bling, born in Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, he's a Canadian actor. He was in Degrassi.
Huh. That's cool.
He was in a wheelchair in Degrassi because his character got shot.
Oof.
Ooh, Felix.
1989.
1989, we got Felix, also known as PewDiePie, Swedish YouTube star, born in Gothenburg, Sweden.
Yep. Also an extreme annoyance. Oh.
He's okay.
He does intros and everything like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Like, wasn't he on South Park and he was, like, really annoying?
They all were annoying, man. That
Yeah.
was like the whole little dumb thing they were doing.
Yep. Moving on into deaths, starting us off in the year 996, we have Hugh Cabot, a king of France from 1987 through 96, died at the age of 58. We have Tycho Brahe, 1601, a Danish astronomer. He set new standards for astronomical observations. That's cool. He died at the age of 54 in Prague, and he was born in 1546. Ooh.
This one,
1852.
1852, Daniel Webster, U.S. Secretary of State, 1841 to 1843, 1850 to 1852, politician and lawyer, dies at 70.
Dang.
Yes.
That picture is kind of familiar. He looks really grouchy. No. This guy looks grouchy
Well,
too.
so, in 1945, Victim Quisling, Norwegian Minister of Defense and Prime Minister, 1942 to 45, executed for collaboration with Nazis at 58.
Good. No wonder he looked like angry because he's a Nazi or a Nazi collaborator.
And that one.
Then we lost Jackie Robinson on this date in 1972. He was a U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame second baseman, the first black U.S. citizen Major League Baseball player, Brooklyn Dodgers, six-time MLB All-Star, World Series 1955, National League MVP in 1949, dying of a heart attack at the young age of 1953. He was born in 1919. So dang. But this guy paved some ways. Good old Jackie Robinson. Oh. And then who else passed away on this date? Rosa Parks. No way. U.S. civil rights activist who refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white passenger died of natural causes at the ripe old age of 92. Was born in 1913. Well, she died in 2005, so I could have met her. That's a real shame. Real,
Ooh, okay. And in 2017, Fats Domino, American rhythm and blues piano player, singer, and star of the early rock and roll era Blueberry Hill, Blue Monday, and Walking to New Orleans, dies from natural causes at 89.
ah, you missed one
Yeah,
in
he's a
2015.
okay. We can do 2015. Also, Maureen O'Hara, Irish American actress and singer, Miracle 34th Street, and The Quiet Man, dies at 95.
Yeah. But going back to Fats Domino, yeah, that's unfortunate that he passed.
Yeah, he
But
was a New Orleans great.
yeah. Although, like, I wonder if that was his actual name, Fats, or no, Antoine Dominic Domino Jr. I don't know why people go by the nickname Fats and stuff, but like whatever. And that appears to conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar or the description for any links you may be interested in, which includes but is not limited to all things Omni Coalition, which in itself includes.
Cohen TV on Twitch.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, we stream every day at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is what time for you, Sohan?
12 Central.
Yep. For your dose of Fast Events Daily, I'm Xander. And that is Sohan. And we were joined earlier by the Golden Loon, aka Leave It to Beaver McLeaver. Anyway, until you catch us tomorrow, or we're actually going to be doing a news show here in about 3 hours at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. If you want to watch that, or if you want to catch us tomorrow, whatever you choose, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!